Chelsea Football Club and the transfer window now is at the switcheroony phase. For those of you that don't know, it's the phase where you go for one person and all of a sudden you say, you know what, we'll have him instead. Fermin Lopez is the him instead. And Xavi Simons is at this moment in time the afterthought. They strung him along. We're going to talk about it. Ornstein has given us the story. Furthermore, we need to talk about what Rahman said recently. He said that Jackson has agreed personal terms with Bayern Munich. And the reports are coming out that this deal will be done ASAP. Also, there are fabricated quotes going around about his agent. Don't believe every aggregator you read from. And finally, the biggest one of all, Rio Ngumoha scored a goal yesterday for Liverpool. And something hit me that I'm not too proud. Because I'm going to have to tell you now, we are going to have to deal with this for the next 20 years. Because Jamal was out the country in Germany. None of us watched the Bundesliga. This kid is going to be slapping it in the EPL. And we need to talk about it. Because my timeline was melting down. And I kind of feel like we need to break down what actually happened. And Rio is from Cobham. And we need to be proud of what we create. But before we get started, number one, hit that like button. It's the best way for you lot to support the channel. 1,000 likes. Share this video to your friends and family. It is the best way to help the channel grow. And finally, if you're new, subscribe, right? We're like 110 people away from 43k. Greatly appreciate if we hit on this video so we can start working towards 44k and then get to the real target of 50k by the end of the year. You're going to be very helpful. Thank you. Let's get Chelsea want Fermin Lopez. Somewhere in Catalonia, in Barcelona, you see Fermin Lopez sitting there in his group chat with ex-La Masia players, and Xavi Simons is there, and he's like, hold that, broski, hold that, amigo. I'm going to Chelsea instead of you. Well, according to the latest news, it looks like this is happening because Chelsea Football Club are now exploring possibilities to go after Fermin Lopez. Fermin Lopez, a young 22-year-old, and Ornstein is saying that Chelsea Football Club have spoken to his entourage, they know his wage demands, they're interested in getting the player, and they're exploring the move, and Barcelona are open to sell. Why? Because they're broke, boy. Barcelona are always open to sell. As long as you give them the right money for certain players that are not yet named Yamin Yamal, they're ready to sell. The La Masia group chat now is popping off because Xavi Simons is telling them, I'm going to Chelsea, and Fermin Lopez is saying, I'm going to Chelsea. But the truth is, Ornstein also added that if Nkunku doesn't go, Simons ain't coming. And why is this important? Because a lot of you are going to say, oh, Alex, we've been covering this for a few days now. Why are you saying this? Well, firstly, Xavi Simons has been linked to Chelsea by everybody but one person, David Ornstein. And now Ornstein has come out and confirmed that this deal has happened. So a lot of you can rest on your laurels and can relax. Calmacito, relax. Uspakoitis, pожалуйста. Please calm down, right? And then the other thing is, in my opinion, this is the cute switcheroony. Chelsea are playing a switcheroony over here in front of all of us. And I'm going to explain to you what the switcheroony is. Chelsea have called Leipzig and said we want Xavi Simons. Leipzig said, no, thank you. You're going to pay what he's worth, or we're hanging up the phone. They said, how much is he worth? They said 75 million. Oh, 75 million. We'll pay you 55. Then all of a sudden, Nkunku got added to the mix. And now it's got to the point now where Chelsea are doing the switcheroony. Chelsea said, listen, if you do not give us Xavi Simons, we're going to go and get Fermin Lopez. You see Barcelona? They'll take our money. They'll even say, thank you. We'll keep the exchange rate conversion different. We will. No problem. At this moment in time, we are willing to take any bit of money that you're offering us, and we are going to make sure that this deal goes through. And now, this is where I need to talk to you guys, because you need to tell me, what do you know about the players and who's the better player? What I know is Fermin Lopez is a baller. I think a lot of people are going to say they don't know much about him. I've watched enough of Barcelona. When he's played, he's been impressive. He covers every blade of grass. He's technically gifted, good way to pass, knack for a goal, willing to come off the bench and work his arse off. All in all, a well-rounded footballer. Him and Xavi Simons, no problem, either one can join. But we're talking about preference. I've even got a chart for you guys to pick which one suits you guys more, which metric, which one's better at, because there's differences in these players. For me, I'm leaning on Xavi Simons. I've done extensive research on the guy. I feel like he would fit in our squad really well. The problem here is now, what are Chelsea going to do? Because Chelsea need to get Nkunku out. If Chelsea don't get Nkunku out, this deal can't happen for Xavi Simons. And I don't know what's going to happen, but all I'm saying is keep your ears to the Kavkas View streets, because we will be covering it. Nicholas Jackson is failing upwards. Genuinely, Nicholas Jackson joined Chelsea Football Club. Nicholas Jackson was expected to be the #1 striker at Chelsea Football Club. He got 15 league goals and then he went on to get 12. He's done really well. However, not starter level caliber. And now somehow he's upgrading upwards and onwards. Genuinely, he's failing upwards. Good on him. Respect. I like people that fail upwards. Genuinely. If you're going to fail, at least fail upwards. You know them ones. But what's going on over here? Well, it looks like it's come out from Rahman Osman that at this moment in time, Nicholas Jackson has agreed personal terms with Bayern Munich. If he's agreed personal terms with Bayern Munich, Aston Villa, Newcastle, adios amigos. This deal is not happening for you lot. He's going to Bayern. And people are going to say, why are you so confident he's going to go to Bayern Munich? I'm confident because I know who Bayern Munich are. And more importantly, I know who Aston Villa and I know who Newcastle are. If Bayern Munich are available, they're Mr. Steal Your Girl. Alright? Especially when the opposition is Aston Villa and Newcastle. Alright? You've got no chance. No chance in hell, as Vince McMahon would say. Because when Aston Villa and Newcastle even tried to message him, the message will bounce. Bayern will have this deal wrapped up. Now it's a matter of payment. How are Bayern Munich going to fund this? Because we know they spent money on Luis Diaz. We know they've got 4 injuries to attacking players and players have left. So what this means now is, at this moment in time, there needs to be a little solution found. What I think is going to happen, and Matt Law reiterated this on the London is Blue podcast, very good podcast by the way. Guys, you still haven't unblocked me on Twitter. I don't know why you lot blocked me, man. I don't know. I think you lot didn't agree with my take that Lampard wasn't good enough for us. I think we've had 2 iterations of that, and both times I was proven right? The manager is not good enough. So unblock me and let me just praise you lot and give you guys some retweets and stuff whenever your clips go around. Because at the moment, it's getting ridiculous. But the big thing here is, he reiterated on the podcast that he thinks it will be a loan with an obligation, and that will help Chelsea with the guaranteed money. It won't be a Jadon Sancho type of loan. It'll be more of a definitive type of loan, like a Lewis Hall. For me, that's marvellous news. Listen, I like Nico Jackson. I think he comes across as a very nice guy. He's very moany at times on the football pitch, but it's because he cares and wants to do well. And when things don't go well for him, he gets frustrated. And all of us are like that. But as his performances are on the pitch, he's been good. He should have never been our first choice striker. When you're put in a position that you're going to fail in and you make a valiant attempt, people respect it. I respect it. The problem is, broski, you're never going to be good enough to be our number one. And if you are, you need to leave, develop somewhere else, and then maybe in the future become. At the moment, he will be going to Bayern Munich. He will be sitting behind Kane. He will play here and there. He'll come off the bench. But in the long run, I think it's a good move for him. I genuinely do. Chelsea fans, Rio Ngumoha is going to be haunting us for years to come. Let me explain. The reality is, Jamal Musiala left Cobham and went to Bayern Munich. He was out of sight, out of mind. We couldn't see his greatness on a regular basis, and we had to just basically deal with him on European Championships, World Cups, and the Champions League. Other than that, none of us watched the Bundesliga. Let's be real. But Rio's going to be under our faces, right, all the time. We are literally, every time you turn on Match of the Day, Geezer's going to be there. Every time you turn on Sky Sports, he's going to be there. TNT is going to be there. England jersey, he's going to be there. And the reality is, it's so annoying because he should be Chelsea. He should be playing for Chelsea, but it's not going to happen. And for me, we can't avoid it. And we need to talk about it. A lot of you are going to say, why are we talking about this? Well, yesterday, Newcastle, 10 men, absolutely bulldozed Liverpool to make it 2-2. In my opinion, Newcastle should have won the game. That's how good they were. You know, St. James's Park, under the floodlights, the geezers were all out, man them had their tops off, beer bellies on sight, everybody yelling, singing, absolutely having a good time. Newcastle stepped up to the plate. Anthony Gordon, a bit too much, broski got a red card. But this is where it gets interesting. 2-2, 11 minutes added on, Rio gets brought on. Chelsea, Cobham graduate. And I'm like, surely he ain't gonna get the winner, man. I want the kid to get the winner because I like the kid. Like, you know, he's a baller. Everything about him screams baller. But this is where it gets interesting. He comes on, there's a chance created, Szoboszlai, beautiful dummy. And the way he took it, oh my lord. He took it like a clinical finisher. If Lamine Yamal took that shot and it went in, people would be saying, Ballon d'Or secured. Genuinely, because it's one of those where at the Ballon d'Or ceremony, you know when they play the little montage? That's the final one, because the way the ball curled in, beautifully nestled in the net, keeper doesn't even move. Rio took it first time, so composed, so cool, so organized, confident, and runs off, celebrates, gives the Newcastle fans some cheeky little 16-year-old. But for me, I was like, man, he's so good. He's so talented, but he should be at Chelsea. And what is interesting is people straight away assume Chelsea bottled it, right? But the secret scout is very good and very in the know. And he basically put it perfectly, and this expression was wonderful. If Rio left 12 months ago and it was now, he ain't going nowhere. Why? Because Chelsea revamped the whole academy. Look, Chelsea's academy haven't won the league in 5 years. They haven't won a league title in 5 years. This year, John Terry spoke about it the other day, they want to go and change that. There's been a lot of change. There's been managerial changes, there have been coaching changes, a lot of philosophy changes. And at this moment in time, they're evolving what the youth team used to be. It got stale. The proof is that you haven't won a league title in 5 years, right? When you don't win a league title in 5 years, something needs to change. Joe Shields and Simon Jules, I think his name is, have decided to change a lot. They got an academy developer from Manchester City. The organization is changing. And I think throughout the change, they started to ignore talents and bring in other talents. And what ended up happening is these talents got lost in the shuffle. And Rio was one of them. And Rio's agent and Rio's parents most probably felt like Liverpool want him. They're going to give him a lot of money. And he's going to go now. And it's Chelsea's loss. And you know what? We need to be open and honest. It is our loss. But it is damning that for the next 15 to 20 years, we are going to be absolutely haunted by this. Every goal, every time he does something, when he scores against us, yeah, the tweets, the discourse is going to be flooded in our DMs and mentions. It's jarring, but it is what it is. Listen, hope you lot enjoyed this video. I've got a video here predicting how I think the Premier League season is going to go. It's not out of date. It's absolutely like a week old. Go check it out. Let me know your thoughts. A lot of you are going to be surprised where I put Liverpool. But I also think a lot of you are going to be pleasantly happy where I put the Chelsea. See you later. Bye.